Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ben and I'm here to bring you content and education around business, general life improvement, health and fitness, basically anything that piques my interest and hopefully yours as well. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you about some lessons learned in The Art of Happiness by the Dalai Lama. One of my key takeaways out of the book is around anxiety. Anxiety has gotten to the point where it's quite literally become a disorder. Now, that's not to say the people that suffer from anxiety are weak. That's not to say people who suffer from anxiety are bad people. It's just some things that happen to us. Sometimes we have difficulty processing our emotions and as such suffer from anxiety attacks. Now, I'm not myself a medical expert by any means, so this is just my thoughts, my opinions on something that I have seen in my life and in the lives of others. So one of the things that led me to reading this book is the fact that everyone wants to be happy. No one wants to suffer from these terrible things, albeit anxiety, self-doubt, anything along those lines. So when I read about anxiety in this book, I thought this is a perfect opportunity for me to share my thoughts with you, the audience, about anxiety in general. Now, I'm sure I don't need to give you a definition of what anxiety is because we all have a good idea of what it is. But what some of us struggle to do and struggle to deal with is our emotions about anxiety, about worries, about even panic. So what are some things we can do about dealing with our anxiety? And on page 268 of this book, the Dalai Lama gives a very good solution to this very problem. So if the solution or problem is such that it can be remedied, then there's no need to worry about it. In other words, if there is a solution or a way out of the difficulty, then one needn't be overwhelmed by it. The appropriate action is to seek its solution. It is more sensible to spend the energy focusing on the solution rather than worrying about the problem. But what if there is no solution? Well, the Dalai Lama has an answer for that too. He continues on to say, alternatively, if there is no way out, no solution, no possibility of resolution, then there is also no point in being worried about it because you can't do anything. So, in my personal opinion, this is a very useful tool that you can use to alleviate some of the symptoms of anxiety and worrying in general. If you have a big exam coming up, there's no point worrying about it. Focus on the solution, that is, to study for it. If you're worried about your job, perhaps there's a lot of stress involved, there's a deadline you need to meet, there's a lot of work to catch up on, whatever the case may be, there's no point in worrying about it. You're only going to introduce more problems than if you don't worry about it and look for that solution. So whatever the solution may be, that's completely up to you. I'm not here to tell you what the solutions are to your problems, but I'm more than happy to provide my thoughts, my opinions, my ideas of others in helping you alleviate those problems. I wouldn't recommend this idea, this process, this way of dealing with anxiety to every scenario you will be in, because that can only turn you into an emotionless person, right? Imagine you're at a funeral or you're on someone's deathbed and you're seeing someone at their absolute worst, grieving at the loss of their loved one, and you say, don't worry about it, they ain't coming back. No, I'm not going to suggest that. What I will suggest to you is that if you're in that awful situation, just know that that person is and always will have wanted the best for you. Think about it. If you're on your deathbed, would you want the others around you, your loved ones, to stress, to worry, to be in anxiety with the loss of yourself? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't. I would want the people around me to be happy that we've had such incredible memories to share with one another. I would want them to be happy to move on, to continue their lives in the best way possible. I wouldn't recommend this to every single person and every single situation, because as I mentioned before, you could turn into an emotionless person if you don't show that you're worried. So there are times where this is necessary. Again, going back to the analogy on being at someone's deathbed, it's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay to show you're worried, to be anxious. It's perfectly fine. But when you're ready to move on, this is a great way and a great tool that you can use to move forward, to begin the next steps, to proceed with finding that solution. So let me know what you think about that. I would highly recommend reading the book because it's given me so many key takeaways that I'll probably discuss with you more on my YouTube channel here. So let me know what you think. What are things you want to see from this channel? Leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate it. It costs you nothing. It's free, and it helps me build the channel to where I'd like it to be. So thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.